This season has been very, very surprising. Absolutely no one could have predicted that the season would go the way it's currently going, and we're not too proud to hold our hands up and say we were wrong about our predictions and expectations of certain teams. In fact, that's exactly what we're here to do in this video today. These are 8 teams
I won't lie, I was completely wrong with Liverpool. My prediction with Liverpool is that they were going to be at least in the top 4, at least. Because the way they played last season, yeah, sure, it was a little bit ugly, but they were getting the job done. They were getting goals. They were killing teams off. And I honestly believe that it was going to be the same this season, especially with the new transfers. In fact, the new transfers encouraged me to think they were going to be better than last season, you know. So them being in a situation where they constantly lose games every week and Mo Salah is not scoring goals, it's just unbelievable to me, honestly. I thought at least they'd be in the top 4, but no, man, this is shocking. What Arne Slot is doing at the moment, it's unacceptable. I'm even surprised he's still there, you know. He should have been gone a long time ago. The fact that they're getting 4-1 and 3-0 losses at Anfield is crazy to me, because Anfield is one of those stadiums where teams don't really win, and it's happening too often now, especially after all those investments. It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
We were so wrong about this season. We'll start with Chelsea. Absolutely
is that where we
no one could have...
Is that where we're starting? Coming off the World Cup win, the Club World Cup win, you know, getting the trophy, I was in high spirits. I won't lie to you. Genuinely, I believed we stood a chance, especially with people like Jackson still being there. You know, the transfer of Jackson to Bayern Munich hadn't really happened yet. So I was optimistic, guys. I won't lie to you. I was optimistic, but my prediction for the league, and I still keep that same prediction, is that Man City is going to win the league. But as the season went on, man, I just saw a level of inconsistency that's, no, man, I don't know, man. It's been up and down. We win in the big games, you know, where everyone is watching us, you know, teams like Barcelona, Arsenal, Liverpool, all these guys, we beat them. But when it comes to teams like Leeds, Sunderland, all these teams where you'd expect us to get 3 points, we lose. And it's really frustrating. There's nothing more frustrating than that, because if we actually win those games, we stand a chance to take this league. Like, this league is actually very close. It's very close. Everyone is on the same, okay, I wouldn't say the same, but roughly about the same level, you know. So it's really frustrating. But would I say I got it wrong in terms of my predictions? Okay, what were my predictions for Chelsea exactly? I wanted top 4 and at least 2 cups. 2 cups. The fact that we're in the Champions League, I will always expect Chelsea to win the Champions League and the FA Cup or a Carabao Cup at minimum. Those are the things I wanted. But as the season went on, Chelsea started getting closer and closer to the top. And of course, as a fan, you're going to make adjustments to your expectations. The fact that we're so close and no one else was really there, the closest to us was Man City by 1 point, it means we were in a title race. Like, whether we like it or not, we were. But now, since we're losing to teams like Leeds and we're back at 3rd, it's top 4 again. But it's really frustrating. Like, me saying top 4 again, I'm disgusted. I'm honestly disgusted, because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. That's the last team I want to win the league. So I'm on track basically with my predictions, but I'm not happy. Pretty much, that's it. I'm not happy. But let's see what this guy has to say about it.
Predicted what we have seen from them so far this season. Yes, they were crowned champions of the world in the summer, but the way they started the season still wasn't very convincing. They won just 2 of their first 7 games of the season, so everyone quickly wrote them off. But they have really grown into the season and now look like a real threat on all fronts. Chelsea are now real contenders in both the Champions League and the Premier League, and this is surely not something many would have predicted at the beginning of the season. Many said Maresca could not lead a team to success and that Chelsea's project was going nowhere, but they are proving everyone wrong this season. Top 7 in the Champions League, top 2 in the Premier League.
But I'm so frustrated with that Jackson transfer, man. That Jackson transfer hurts me till this day, man. That guy was a brilliant footballer. Yeah, sure, he was not getting the goals or the assists. I don't even know why I'm saying that, because he was getting goals and assists, but just not as much as people wanted. But his hold-up play, the things he was doing on the ball, man, he was killing it. He was so good for us. The link up play with him and Cole Palmer and everyone around, it was just so fun to watch. Now we have Delep. Delep is so frustrating, man. Like, I'm so tired of this guy. Johnny Bravo. Aye, man. Johnny Bravo is killing us. He doesn't do anything. His hold up play, kak. It's poor. The finishing, low. His pressing, he tries, but he doesn't really do anything. He doesn't get the ball. He doesn't do anything, man. He doesn't contribute to the team. He's just up there, stranded, alone, on an island, in the front, alone. And that's the thing that irritates me the most, because we had Jackson, a guy so many people had written off. People hate this guy. They hate this guy. But he was getting goals for us, and his performances were good on the eye. Like, I had no issue with Jackson. We sell that guy, and then we get Delep. Where did it come from? I don't remember, but I remember that one of those teams were at the bottom of the table, and it got relegated. I don't even remember the team, but got relegated, and we thought that guy was better than Jackson. Now look at us, stranded.
Really, who could have predicted this? Another London club that's proving everyone wrong is Spurs. After the signings they made in the summer.
Spurs. Okay, Spurs. Based off the coach they got, people had high hopes. I remember this. People had high hopes for Spurs. They thought with Ange being gone, they were going to improve as a team. I don't know why Tottenham fans hated Ange so much, because Ange, the football they were playing, it was decent. Yeah, I know. The high line was making them concede a lot of goals, and they were dropping a lot of points. I think they were third last from the bottom. If not, it was Man U, one of the two. But man, Ange was not that bad. He won them a trophy. Do you know how rare it is to win a trophy for Tottenham, against Man United in the final? It's a huge accomplishment. But the way they got rid of him, it was just so harsh. But here comes this new coach who's completely different. He prioritizes defense, having physical players on the pitch. And they were getting results in the beginning. I mean, they put up a fight against PSG in the Super Cup. People had high hopes. But then, as the season went on, they were dying. And that's exactly what should have happened in the first place. Because the players they have, they're not really that good. And the good players, majority of them are out injured. People like Kulu, Madison, they were nowhere. They were nowhere to be found, So now you have to rely on people like Johnson. How do you expect the team to win when you have people like Johnson playing for you? The results they're getting right now, it's exactly where they should be. It's not really shocking, but based on the expectations Tottenham fans and the majority of us, had for Tottenham, I guess we got it wrong. I guess.
And the Super Cup game against PSG, where they very nearly defeated the Parisian Giants, everyone thought these guys were going to show some real dominance this season. Then they went on to defeat Man City in their second game of the season, and everyone started to have some fear for them.
Okay, but beating Man City is not really a huge achievement for Tottenham, because let's be honest, Man City, they don't have what it takes to beat Tottenham. No matter how poor Tottenham is, Man City always struggle against Tottenham. Tottenham is Man City's kryptonite, so that really wasn't a shock. It was expected. I'm sure a lot of people went on Betway, they placed their bets saying Tottenham were going to win, and that's exactly what happened, so no one was really shocked.
But as the season has progressed, they have gone to prove everyone wrong. They've won just 5 of their last 15 games across all competitions, are already out of the EFL Cup, and currently find themselves mid-table in...
Wait, they're out of the... They're out of the EFL. I didn't even know that. When did they get out of the EFL? Who beat them? Hectic. And so early. Because the only shock result I remember in the EFL was Grimsby and Man United. But it just shows how much I don't care about it. How irrelevant they are to my brain. Hectic. I didn't even know that.
The Premier League, away from the European places. For those who looked at how Spurs started under Thomas Frank and thought that they would compete for a trophy or something, well, it appears you were so wrong about them. And we'll be honest, most people were also wrong about PSG. After the season they had last time out, absolutely obliterating everybody on their way to the European treble, everyone thought that that would continue into this season. In fact, there were even discussions about them being the first club to do back-to-back trebles. That's how scared everyone was of PSG. But watching them this season...
I haven't really watched much of PSG this season, but I hear people saying PSG are not the same. The quality compared to last season is low. They don't look like they're going to win games, but I don't know if it's a fact or not, because sometimes people have their own opinions, but they don't really watch the games. They just going on Google and looking at results, and they have fan voted man of the matches. So I don't really know if it's true or not, but for some reason I don't believe it. Are they out of their domestic cup? I haven't really paid attention to PSG low-key. Are they first on their league? I don't know. And if they are doing bad, maybe it's because of how people have seen teams deal with them. They've seen Chelsea being all aggressive, going all out against them in the final, and they've seen how Spurs contain them in the Super Cup. So maybe a lot of teams are making adjustments, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't watched the games.
It's clear that we were so wrong about them. Of course, they're still a quality team, but they're surely very beatable. Marseille beat them and kept a clean sheet. Bayern Munich beat them with 10 men for a full half. Lille, Strasbourg and Lorient took points off them while they needed super late goals to secure wins against Lyon and Nice. At the beginning of the season, most people had PSG as favourites to win it all. But now, they're surely not top 3 favourites to win the Champions League, and even League...
Not top 3 to win the Champions League. Okay, let me think. Who are the teams that are there that might be above PSG as favourites? Chelsea number 1. Okay, jokes aside. Man City, of course. Real Madrid. No, man, Real Madrid don't look good. They don't look good. And the fact that they lost against Liverpool when everyone is beating Liverpool, it makes me unsure. It makes me unsure about them, Let me say that, because I can't really bet against Real Madrid, because at the end of the day, they are Real Madrid. They win no matter what, so you can't really rule them out. But as favorites, nah. So Man City, Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich, they look like killers right now. Barca, nah. Okay, honestly, I struggle to find a team better than PSG. So to say they're not even in the top 3, it's crazy to me. But then again, I haven't really watched them, so it could be true.
One is not looking so easy for them, with Marseille and Lens really hot on their trail. Long story short, we were wrong about these guys. They look so ordinary. You know who else looks ordinary? Real Madrid. Having hired Alonso and added the likes of Trent and Huijsen to the squad in the summer, Real Madrid looked like they were ready to get back to their normal dominant selves. And at the beginning of the season, it looked like they were doing just that. They won their first 7 games across all competitions.
But let's be honest, when the season started, sure, they won games, but the performances, man, because I remember that very first game against Osasuna. I think we only scored a penalty that day. The performance, man, these Madrid performances, no. And most of Real Madrid is my other team. And seeing them play like this, man, has been torture, low-key. Man, they've been ordinary this season, honestly speaking. And shout out to Mbappe. Mbappe's been carrying. He's been getting goals left, right, and center. And Xabi Alonso has been very frustrating. The fact that he keeps benching people like Endrick, Rodrigo, and then Vini gets subbed off here and there. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. It just looks like there's no freedom anymore. When Ancelotti was there, I know it's not fair to compare Xabi Alonso to Ancelotti, but when Ancelotti was there was this total freedom, expressions players were allowed to have. Now it's not there anymore. It just looks so robotic and boring.
And established an early lead in La Liga. Their heavy loss to Atletico Madrid started...
I mean, look at this. 5-2 loss against Atletico Madrid, when just the other day Barca smoked them like they were nothing. 3-1, come on.
To create room for doubt, but the win in the Clásico a few weeks later brought some confidence back. But the reality is that if you look at how they've been playing, you'll realize that they're not actually as good as we all thought they were.
100%.
They won just one of their next 4 games after the Clásico and very nearly dropped points against Olympiacos in the Champions League. They struggled against a poor Juventus, struggled against 10-man Getafe, lost to and failed to score against a Liverpool in crisis, and needed a controversial goal to secure a point against newly promoted Elche. And on top of that, there seems to be some dressing room drama brewing at the club, which could lead to further damage if they're not very careful. We were definitely wrong about Real Madrid this season, but of course, this video cannot be complete without Liverpool. We could not have been more...
Yeah, the Liverpool thing, it's bad, man. I'm shocked. Low key. Okay, it's not even low key. High key. I am very shocked with what Liverpool are doing. What position are they on the table? Let me check quick. Yeah, these guys are ninth in the Premier League. When the season started, I definitely wouldn't have guessed that, because these guys just won the Premier League. This should be their title defending season, you know. They should be killing everyone. They should be dominating. They should be better than last season, especially after all those signings, you know, having Wirtz, Isak, all these brilliant footballers. But now they look worse for some reason. Are you telling me losing Diaz, Nunes, Trent affected them so much? Nah, man, I honestly don't believe it. Man. They have enough weapons to not be struggling like this.
Wrong about a team this season. Defending Premier League champions, top of the Champions League group phase last season, utterly dominant on all fronts, had enough rest after missing out on the Club World Cup, then crowned it all by spending a truckload of money in the summer.
And the way Crystal Palace has been burying them, oh my god. Oh, I know. Crystal Palace, no, they've shown them flames this season. Shout out to Crystal Palace, man. The football they play, they're brilliant. But the performance against Man United was horrible. Mateta should have killed them in the first half. I was watching that game. Nah, man, they should have done better. But they play good football, I won't lie.
Of course, everyone and their dog expected them to go for the quadruple this season. And to be fair, the way they started the season, it felt like they actually would. They started with 7 straight wins across all competitions, and mind you, in this run, they played teams like Arsenal, Newcastle.
But at the same time, Ekitike was their main man. You know, he was on form. He had so much confidence. There was no competition for him. He was given absolute freedom. He was a baller. Okay, he is a baller, but like the way he was playing, he was just balling out of his mind, man. And then Isak came in. Immediately, he got demoted. I don't know what that did to his confidence, but he just doesn't look like the same player anymore, man. The confidence is not there. The goals aren't coming in as much. You know, it's so sad to see, man, because what he was doing when the season started, man, he looked like a player. He is a player. I will say that, man. From what I've seen enough. He's a player.
And Atletico Madrid. But all of a sudden, everything turned around and it became an absolute disaster. They lost 4 games on the bounce, managed to string some results against Eintracht Frankfurt, Aston Villa and Real Madrid, but have now returned to default settings with 3 losses on the bounce, 2 of those coming at Anfield. We're not even halfway into the season yet, but Liverpool have already lost more games this season than they did in the whole of last season. At this point, it's not even a question of what trophies Liverpool can win this season, it's a matter of if they can even finish in the Champions League places, because they currently find themselves in the bottom half of the Premier League table. Absolutely no one could have predicted this one. No one. We were definitely all wrong about Liverpool, just the same way we were wrong about Barcelona. After completing the domestic treble, scoring loads of goals, playing super entertaining football, and defeating arch rivals Real Madrid 4.
Okay, Barca are exactly where I thought they would be. They are exactly where I thought they would be. Because from what I've seen in the preseason, I had no faith in Real Madrid. If Real Madrid win the La Liga this season, they would have done absolutely amazing in my eyes, because from what I've seen from Xabi Alonso, I had no faith. Currently, they're at the top of La Liga. They might have started like a little bit poor, but they're getting confidence now. Rashford, yeah, he's getting assists, but he's not getting enough goals for them. I think he only has 2 goals for them in the league, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, it's not enough. He should be getting more. But that doesn't matter because Rafinha is back, and you know when Rafinha is back, he's gonna kill everyone. He's going to keep scoring. We know Rafinha inconsistency, man. There's a reason why he was in the top 10 for the Ballon d'Or, you know. So shout out Bas, as much as that hurts me to say. But yeah, they're exactly where I expected them to be.
Times last season.
In terms of the UCL though, I don't think they're gonna win it. They will definitely go far when they play you know, these other teams in the knockout stages. But when they start reaching teams like PSG, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, yeah, man, the big dogs, they will definitely lose those games. But if they get Madrid for whatever reason, then I expect them to try and get revenge for the La Liga loss, you know, and I expect them to win. Madrid just doesn't feel the same, and it hurts. It hurts me to say it.
Everyone thought that Barcelona would come into this season and start to blow away teams once again. They hated that they missed out on the Champions League final, and many people were predicting some sort of revenge run.
You saw that clip. That was the first minute of that game. He was doing 360s and dropping people like, yeah, what a player this guy is. And the fact that people are trying to compare Estevao to this guy, you know I'm a Chelsea fan. You know I love Estevao. But no, man, there is levels to this, and it's not even close.
This season. But what we've seen so far from the Catalan Giants has
Yamal
been
is
far
so
from
clear.
that. They now look so easy to break down and defeat. They lost the first Clásico of the season, were beaten by PSG, humbled by Sevilla, and totally outplayed and outclassed by Chelsea. They needed very late goals to beat Levante and Girona, both of whom are in the relegation zone right now. They also nearly lost to Club Brugge, and for you to know how bad Barcelona have
I wish I watched that game. I wish I watched that game. I remember seeing the result on Google. I think it was 3-3. Because before the game started, I honestly thought Barca were going to smoke them. And I think they took the lead first. Maybe it was 2-0 or something. And then Club Brugge came back. But honestly, I was shocked. Genuinely shocked. I wish I watched that game.
In this season, even with the crisis Liverpool are going through, they are still ahead of Barcelona on the Champions League.
No, man, they can't be 18th. Well, I know this is an old video, but where are they now? They are 18th. No, man. They are definitely going to qualify. There's no way.
Table. At this point, a top 8 finish seems nearly impossible for the Spanish champions.
No, they will qualify.
And you can't even bet on them to beat whatever team they meet in the playoffs. This is just not the Barcelona anybody thought they'd get this season. In fact, they look lost and clueless half the time. Up next is Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, we were wrong about them. After the...
You know what I realized the other day? Ten Hag. Shout out Ten Hag. But Ten Hag went to Bayern Leverkusen, sold all their best players, and then left. My guy. Like, why is no one speaking about this? This guy just came, sold everyone, and left. We are more live. I know. Shout out Ten Hag, man. Absolute legend, huh? Still better than Arteta. He's a winner. He has trophies, man. I know Arsenal fans are gonna hate me, but I don't care. Yeah, better than Arteta. I said it. Yes.
Whole drama at the beginning of the season when they sacked Ten Hag after just 3 official games in charge. Everyone thought they were cooked. They won just 3 of their first 8 games this season, and it just wasn't looking good for them at all. Add on the fact that they lost 7 of their best players in the summer. Wirtz, Xhaka, Frimpong, Hincapié, Boniface, Kosunu and Tah. It felt like it was impossible for them to make anything of their season. Then all hope was officially lost when they were utterly embarrassed by PSG, losing 7-2 to the French side in the Champions League. But the German outfit has been steadily building. Since that loss to PSG, they've lost only 1 game, and it was to Bayern Munich. Their 2-0 win against Manchester City in the Champions League meant that they had now won 4 games in a row, conceding only 1 goal across those games. They're now 3rd in the Bundesliga and will likely qualify for the Champions League playoffs. After all that chaos at the beginning of the season, absolutely no one was...
Because Ten Hag, he was doing damage. He was doing damage. The fact that they got rid of him so quickly, man, you have to applaud it. Because they were so decisive with their actions, man. No hesitation whatsoever. Because if this was Man United, they would have given him so many chances to redeem himself. They would have come out with statements saying, we fully support the coach. He's done so well for us, yada, yada, yada. But then every day he keeps losing. So, no, man, you have to applaud Leverkusen. What they've done here, amazing.
Predicting this, so we'll hold our hands up and say that we were wrong about them. Finally, we were surely wrong about Manchester City. Looking at how they started the season...
Okay, this one I 100% wasn't wrong here. I still stay the same with what I said in the beginning of the season. This team on paper is scary. There's no way this team was not going to do well. This team has so many talented footballers, so many stars, from your Cherkis to your Reinders to even having experience like your Bernardo Silvas and people who've been at the club for a long time, like your Fodens. There's just too much talent for these guys to struggle. I repeat, these guys are going to win the league. And the fact that Erling Haaland is on form again, killing it. Are we really surprised? The fact that they've won so many trophies over the years. And it wasn't far back, by the way. It's just recently where they've been winning trophies and people had the nerve to disrespect Manchester City. Manchester City are a problem. They are an elite football club. Their recruitment is serious. A team full of winners and you expect these guys to fail. Come on now. Crazy. You were just delusional. You were hating.
Everyone said they were finally back. We all thought they would challenge Arsenal for the title, comfortably finish in the Champions League top 8 and grab a few trophies at the end of the season, but so far it's looking like we were wrong. Their losses to Newcastle and Leverkusen show that there are still a lot of cracks in the team and they're not yet at that level everyone said they were at the beginning of the season. I mean, losses to Spurs, Brighton and Aston Villa, dropped points against Monaco and over-dependence on Haaland. Yeah, we definitely expected a lot better from Pep's men this season. Now,
trust me, the season is not over. It's going to get messy. It's going to get messy. There's just too much talent there.